Hey guys, okay, the next page in our literary device notebook is page 13, and we are looking at imagery. Imagery is the visually descriptive or figurative language, especially in a literary work. I'm not sure that really defines it very well, but basically, it is when you're reading a story. Oftentimes, the author doesn't just tell you what's happening, they show you what's happening. And it's that language that they use that allows you to create a picture in your mind. And so sometimes one of the reasons we don't like movies more than we like books is because in a book, we create this image of what we think things look like and how things are happening. And then the movie doesn't always agree with the way we think it should look. And so sometimes we don't really appreciate the movies because of that. In addition, books often have far more detail in them, and so we tend to notice when details are left out. So imagery is very, very important because it does provide this well-rounded picture for us of what's happening. When I was in junior high, my teacher used to call them show not tell sentences. So in this particular picture, I can see that the ducks are on the pond. That would be what we call telling sentence. So when you cut this out, you're going to cut out the picture of the duck and the ducklings on the pond, and then you're going to tape just across the white bar on the top. The darker line this time indicates where we will be folding our photograph. So essentially, again, I'm just going to write this down here. A family of ducks is on the pond, or a family of ducks is swimming on the pond. And the reason I'm writing this again is just because this is what we would call just a telling sentence. I'm just telling you what's happening. But what we want is we want something more vivid, a more vivid description that creates an image. And really, really good narrative writers, good fiction writers, can build an entire universe in your head just with the words that they use. They use very precise language to create the scene that they want to create. So I'm going to look at this picture. I notice a couple of things. There's a mama duck and her ducklings. The water is rippling out as they progress forward. It looks like it's probably a sunny day due to the reflection in the water. And so I'm going to use some of that information to create a good description. Now, when I flip this page, I'm going to start writing. If I begin writing too quickly for you, just feel free to pause the video, catch up, and then resume the video. Again, this is one of the reasons I'm doing a video on some of these, so that you can pause and go back as many times as you feel necessary. I do tend to write really slowly, but that doesn't mean that I'm not writing quicker than you might be. And since I am not with you and can't tell how fast or how slow you are writing, I give that luxury of being able to control the speed at which things go on the video up to you. So here we go. So again, I see these ducklings, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to write here. The water rippled out before them. The mama duck, although mama ducks do have names, but I'm going to just call it a mama duck for the sake of the short writing experiment here. The mama, not ducks, it's just one. Sorry, my bad. The mama duck, let's see, are they close to her? They seem fairly close to her. The mama duck kept her ducklings near as they ventured out into the pond for the first time. For the first time. The ducklings let's see, what did they do? Do you shudder with excitement? Do you there you go. The ducklings vibrated with excitement. As they set out into a vast new world. Now, this is definitely not as descriptive as I could have been. Then again, I'm very short on space because of what the picture will actually cover. So I apologize. It could have probably been far more descriptive, but that's one we'll have to do for us. When you write yours, just please try your best to just kind of keep this as is. Then you'll notice that there's a second rectangle on your page. When you cut that out, I want you to go ahead and tape bottom and top, even though it states that you will draw something underneath. We're not going to do that part because we can't exchange with a partner and draw a picture underneath. What I would like to do is I would like you just to utilize this box to respond to the sentence, the telling sentence that I'm going to give you. So I'm going to give you one additional example. And this is an example such that it could be explained in any sort of way. But what if I had said the dog was a terror? The dog being a terror could be any number of things. It could mean that the dog bites people. It could mean that the dog goes potty all over your house. It could mean any number of things. So we set up this scene by using vivid descriptions. So instead of telling me that the dog is a terror, you would show me, you would say, it had been a long day at work, and as exhausted as I was, I knew that there were things that still needed to be done before bed. I could not wait to walk through the door, shed my shoes, and breathe a sigh of relief that I was home. As I walked through the door, here's some foreshadowing for you. As I walked through the door, I knew something didn't feel quite right. There was a banana peel right by where my shoes would normally go. And as I progressed further into the house, walking more and more slowly for fear of what I might find, I saw the trail of devastation that had been left by some intruder. I turned the corner into my kitchen and I found my trash can had been overturned in haste, and things littered my kitchen and living room, marking the spots in which some someone or something had dared entreat in my home. I heard something from around the corner. It was a strange noise, almost like the scratching of nails down a chalkboard. I slowly crept around the corner to see what had been left for me. It was there that I found my dog Duke. He was chewing on the styrofoam that had once held my steak dinner that fortunately I'd had an opportunity to eat last night. But it was then that I knew no intruder dared to enter my home. No strange creature had popped in through a hole in the wall to wreak havoc on my house. Instead, the evidence was quite clear. There was Duke, with the trash can lid around his head, staring at me in disbelief, questioning why I looked so angry. This dog was definitely a terror. So I know that was a long kind of paragraph, but again, just to kind of explain to you, I want you to show me, not tell me. I'm actually going to tell you. I'm going to say, let's see. I'm going to tell you, I want you to write about it was a beautiful day. Now, your job is to fill this space here with a paragraph or two, however much you want to write, more than just a sentence, please, detailing how it was a beautiful day. Maybe something beautiful happened. Maybe the sun was out. As long as you don't tell me it was a beautiful day and 111 degrees outside, that's exactly what's going to happen this weekend. All right, guys, that's all I wanted to share with you. That's imagery. That is the last one for this week. I know that we had talked about doing onomatopoeia, but we'll postpone that to Tuesday of next week. Have a good evening.